Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Snark Bait. I'm Christy.
I'm Sophie, and today we have a jam-packed episode. We're talking about so much dark energy from Keleigh Teller to the Rose sample sale to a new influencer clothing line, as if we need another one. Lames, we're
Lames.
having David Harbour and Lily Allen's breakup, Bronwyn from Salt Lake City, another Real Housewives franchise that we talk about is Orange County, some Frankie Muniz in there, because why not? And a lot more. So let's get into it.
Let's do it. Hey Sophie.
Hi, Christy.
Nice shades. What's going on over there?
I woke up with like swollen eyes. I think I had an allergic reaction to um the little haunted hayride Henry and I did yesterday at this like fall festival, which was so much fun, by the way.
Yeah.
We want to make it like a yearly tradition. It was at this farm called Harvest Moon, and it was so much fun, but my eyes are so swollen and red from something. I'm having some sort of reaction. So if you're watching on video, that's why I'm wearing sunglasses. And yeah. Yeah, I'm struggling a bit over here. How
I
was your
saw
weekend?
I saw you before we hit record and your eye really isn't that bad, but I totally know how that feels. I remember in college, I used to eat copious amounts of peanut butter, and all of a sudden I started to break out like in hives all over my body, like out of nowhere. And one morning I woke up and remember that Kris Jenner keeping up with the Kardashians when her lip is inflamed?
Yeah.
That's what my lip looked like. And I had to go to work. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. But I had to get an allergy test. And turns out I developed an allergic reaction to peanut butter.
Oh God.
So from allergy girl, I understand your struggle. And I'm sorry you're going through this, but it'll
Thank
it'll
you.
it'll go down.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm also annoyed because we're recording on Sunday, November 2nd, and today is like New York City Marathon Day, which is like the most fun day of the year. It's so exciting to watch. It's so fun. We can actually see it because they run down First Avenue, and I live on the Upper East Side, not to dox myself, but we can see the runners from our balcony, which is really great. But I am supposed to go to a bar with some girlfriends to watch the marathon. And now I'm like, I feel like I can't go in public looking like this, but we'll see how I feel after we record.
Yeah, it's not that bad, honestly. You still look stunning, and I told Sophie her sunglasses look fabulous. What is on my mind? I mean, we honestly, Sophie and I were like tearing through the document yesterday
Oh yeah, we were
because
having a conversation through the document, through our Google Doc.
we posted on our Instagram at SnarkBaitPod. What do you guys want to hear from us? And we had a couple of recurring things that we will cover today. So let's just get into it, just given the amount of bullet points we have here. The first thing that I want to start off with, Soph, is Keleigh Teller releasing a pajama set line. And when I saw this, she's like, I've been working on this project for so long and it's finally here. I went to the website just because I was out of sheer curiosity. And the sets ran like pretty expensive. A set was around like 154 bucks. And I looked at the fabric, 95% viscose. Is that how you pronounce it? Viscose?
Viscose.
Viscose? Enough. Enough with the pajama line. We have Paige DeSorbo's Daphne. We have Madison LaCroix in her pajamas. I'm sure I'm missing a number of other
Skims.
influencers.
I mean,
Skims.
yeah.
Everyone has PJ lines. Now Keleigh Teller. I feel like pajama lines are becoming what perfume lines were in like 2006.
Wait, so the pajama lines, the okay, I'm sorry. I'm backing up really fast. They're viscose.
Hmm.
Isn't this exactly what happened with Alyssa Llewellyn, where it's like literally illegal to sell viscose pajamas?
Oh, because they're highly flammable.
Yeah, because it's so flammable.
Wow. I mean, okay, so if you guys are interested in Keleigh Teller's pajamas, just know that God forbid there's a fire in your home at night. Strip yourself off of those PJs ASAP because they're highly flammable and they're dangerous and they're not even breathable. I went 100% cotton baby when I sleep or silk.
Fabric and care. Okay, wait. It says 97% polyester, 3% spandex.
Okay, there must be
S-
multiple pajamas because the one I saw was 95%
Viscose.
viscose. Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah, we don't need any more fucking PJs, especially overpriced ones. Like this little PJ short set. This is more expensive than Eberge, by the way. And Eberge
Oh
is like
my
a
God.
very like soft, comfortable pajama line. I love Eberge. This little t-shirt and short set is $162. That is so expensive.
Unreal.
That's
What?
insane.
Right. If you're going to invest in expensive PJs, do Everjay or honestly, as no, I love Skims. Kelly Teller gives incredibly nefarious vibes, and from what I've heard around the rumor mill, and which comes as no surprise if you've been following Kelly Teller, is she often latches herself to people in the industry. She becomes obsessed with them, and then she'll either get dropped, like she was with Taylor Swift, or she'll drop them. I always really question girls that attach themselves to like a girl of the moment for a couple months, and then you never see them photographed or with that said person, and then they move on to the next obsession. It's like, what's with you not being able to maintain and retain friendships?
Yeah, there's something very, very, very off about her. And it's funny because I feel like we get suggestions all the time for episodes. And lately I've seen so many suggestions for a Kelly Teller episode. Yeah, there's a lot of nefariousness there, I will say. And just, oh my God, I'm like just on the website. I'm sorry for her PJs. It's like, once again, we do not need these. No one
No,
asked for this. No one asked for who was like, you know what's really missing from this world? A Kelly Teller line of pajamas.
please. Like, I do
Please.
not want to be bothered with this. I'm not going to spend my hard-earned money on this.
Especially like they're polyester and viscose. Like that is ridiculous for these prices. Like this is insane. Again, like we said, Eberge is great. Christy really likes Skims. I have only bought Skims dupes before from Amazon. I've only bought like Skims dupe bodysuits, not pajamas. I love like Honeydew Intimates. Gap has great PJs.
Yes.
There are just so many other brands. Like we don't need, I'm sorry, Madison LaCroix, Pages, Kelly Tellers. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
we don't need
It's
this.
You can get something far like 100% cotton or silk on Amazon for far less. So that is our rant for the day. I wonder genuinely who is interested in purchasing Kelly Teller pajamas. Like, who is her demographic?
Yeah, who are there any Kelly Teller stands in the house? Let us know.
Stand up.
Yeah, stand up. Don't be shy. Okay, so speaking of overpriced clothing, I want to talk about the Row sample sale hauls. Have these been on your For You page also?
Yes, and I saw it on Reddit as well. Mary Kate and Ashley are my girls. I'm a Mary Kate and Ashley historian, and I know over the last, I would feel like decade, the row has been popping up on so many of our favorite influencers. So I'm curious your thoughts because you're in the fashion world, you know this shit. What's the
Yeah.
tea?
So just like for context, for those, and I'm sure if you know fashion, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. And we've talked about this before. I think on Mary Kate and Ashley's episode, we've talked about this before, about how the Row is like that quiet luxury, like fashion insider favorite brand because, they have really, really, really high quality basics. And you can argue that like the quality is good, but like it's not worth like, a $4,000 blazer and the prices that they charge are crazy, obviously. Um, but that's kind of like the vibe. It's kind of like that underrated, like if you know,
Right.
not no logos, no logo mania. I told you guys that I went to the Row store a couple of months ago this summer to get a bag with my sister-in-law. And you would never, ever, ever notice the storefront walking by it. Like it's even the store, like there's no signage. It's just
Sure.
like so like only for insiders. Uh so anyway, they had their yearly, I think it's yearly, annual sample sale in New York, and it obviously caused such a stir with the influencers and with the fashion crowd. And the line apparently was down. I wouldn't even dare. I don't care that much about the Row. Like I don't own one thing from the Row. I don't care. Sure, like if I found something really good on sale online, like I might snatch it up. I've eyed some of their bags before, but like in terms of like ready to wear clothing, I don't care to pay thousands of dollars for a sweater. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to.
I totally understand that as well. That is the normal person is not able to afford. You're not, no one's Arielle Charnas, which I see is in your notes
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah. Okay, so basically the line was down the block. People were camping out the night before. People also had what's the word for them? Line standers, like having people wait in line for them, paying like a task rabbit or paying like a
Wow.
placeholder, a line holder or something like that, to stand in line for them. And even then, people still had to wait hours to get in. And all of these people on TikTok showing off their hauls were talking about how, mostly everything was picked over by the time they finally got in, even though they
Right.
waited in line for hours and hours and hours.
Or a day for
Yeah,
some
or
days.
entire day.
Yeah.
And let me also just say that and some of the people doing their hauls on TikTok admitted this that the prices weren't even good. Like they were kind of average sale prices that you can find on Net-a-Porter or My Teresa or any of those luxury retailers that carry the row. You just have to wait for it to go on sale and it'll be
Right.
for that price eventually.
Right.
So people were talking about, how much of a steal it was to get these $700 flip-flops marked down to $300. Um, Talking about how they still ended up spending, thousands of dollars, but at least they saved $25,000 because this blazer that they got for 1,300 was originally 4,500. And obviously people are getting torn up in the comments by even fashion people themselves. I feel like everyone is kind of just like, this is so embarrassing. Like you just spent $6,000 on a blazer, two sweaters, and a pair of flip-flops. And you're acting like that's a really good deal. And that is kind of
Oh,
like the trick of the row. I don't want to say the grift because the row is legitimate and people love it for a reason and they make really great high quality things by all accounts from what I've heard.
right.
But it is kind of a grift that they've convinced people that these basics are worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah. And I think it's really interesting because I would say even in like a 2016 era, we weren't hearing too much about quiet luxury. That wasn't the thing. And if you knew the row, it's because one, you're really into fashion, or two, you're just a Mary Kate and Ashley historian like myself. I
Yeah.
feel like now, since 2021, 2022, this quiet luxury thing has really come in vogue. And I think Sophia Richie Grange is the one that kind of platformed this. And I'm
Oh,
putting
don't
that in
get me
quotes,
started.
because I don't actually believe she created that, but it created this like mainstream aesthetic to be quiet luxury. And now everyone wants in on the trend. So when they see a quote unquote sample sale that's giving you great prices, they're like, oh, we have to be seen. We have to do content for it. It's like less about even the clothing at this point and more about just it's like a status symbol in the opposite way of like before we wanted to like hawk Chanel and Balenciaga, and now it's like, no, 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 we have to be there for our quiet luxury. And even though like only you know if I'm wearing the robe because you have to have that eye for that,
Which
you
is the
know?
opposite. It's funny because it's the opposite of what quiet luxury is the fact that they are showing off that they bought the row and telling
Yes,
you exactly how much they paid for it.
exactly.
Um, but it's funny also because the quiet luxury quote unquote trend, as someone who works in the fashion industry, is like classic staples, yes, are forever here to stay. But like the quiet luxury trend is so falling off. Like logos are coming back. We kind of have like a Y2K revival with logo
Yes.
mania. And so, like, all these people that are like, I gotta be quiet luxury, like Sophia Richie Grange, you're 2.5 years late. But I want to talk about Arielle Charnas's haul in particular. And by the way, dress however you want to dress. If that is your aesthetic, do it. I am mostly making fun of just this row phenomenon. But I want to talk about Arielle Charnas. So at the top of her haul, and as we all know, Arielle Charnas exclusively wears designer. So she said she made a point to only look for things that she quote unquote genuinely needed. LOL. She bought like the most ridiculous shit. And people in the comments were like, you needed a sauna hat. She bought a sauna hat, you guys, not realizing it was a sauna hat. I swear to God. It's a sauna hat. I'm not a sauna person, but like apparently sauna hats you put on and they protect your head from getting overheated so you can stay in the sauna for longer. And they all have a distinctive bucket shape with like a little loophole on the top. So the row makes sauna hats, and she thought she like bought some that she did something, but it was definitely a sauna hat. And then also bought like a bunch of ugly coats and like thin, cheap looking turtlenecks. And people are like, oh, you like really, really, really needed like it looks like a hair salon coat, like the ones they put over you when you get your hair cut. But it's so funny also because she is one of those that's obsessed with looking quiet luxury. And she talked recently about how she threw away all of her clothes with logos on them. because she's so quiet luxury, like she's so like demure and like
Right. Under the,
understated.
yeah.
But she has to announce slash link exactly what $3,000 quiet luxury piece she's wearing, whether it's the Row or Chloe or Kate, so everyone knows, which is like, again, the opposite of quiet luxury. Like she is quiet luxury in the most tacky and flashy way
Right.
possible. And so some of the comments on her haul are, I'm sorry, but the Row is a social experiment. Over $1,000 for a thin ass turtleneck. There was one moment where she was trying to like, she couldn't get this $5,000 leather jacket that she got closed. So people are like, you paid $5,000 for a jacket that doesn't stay closed. Nice. Or I think $5,000 was the original price and she got it
Nice.
for like 2,000 or something. Um, People are like, this feels like it should be satire. People are also saying, genuinely needed. Are we so serious? It's just so insane seeing how people fall for this crap. The sauna hat is frying me. So you genuinely needed a sauna hat and a salon cape. Uh, yeah, and people saying that it all looks like Zara. It looks like Old Navy. And of course you can argue that the quality is so much better than Zara and Old
Right.
Navy and the materials are so much better. They don't use exclusively like natural materials. They also will use polyester in some of their stuff too. So like,
Right.
I don't know. I kind of agree with the Row as a social experiment. Uh
Couple of questions though about the sauna hat. Sorry to trail back to that.
yeah.
When she purchased that, do you think she knew the
No. No, she was like, you guys just bear with me. This hat is so cool. Look. Look.
everyone's like, wait a minute, that's like a
Everyone's like,
functional
that is
device.
1000% a sauna hat. It's 1000%. She had no idea.
That's
She's so
so fucking
embarrassing.
funny. That's all honestly like a skit. Like that I feel like that's in some kind of movie. Like that is really funny that she bought that earnestly, thinking she was making a fashion statement, when in
Yeah.
fact it was for a fully functional piece to wear when you're in a like a yeah, when you're at the gym.
Yeah, thinking she was doing something. Also, to keep on the conversation about fashion, Bridgette and Danielle Phelan are starting a clothing brand, the
Oh,
Acquired Twins.
the Acquired Twins, yeah. So there is a creator named Sam on TikTok that came across my desk, and she is doing the Lord's work. She was like, guys, I think Bridget and Danielle are starting a clothing line, and I think it's called Fifi, and this is how I know. She went to the US Patent and Trademark Office. You can go online, you can search any trademark that you need. She said the trademark Fifi, PHE, space PHE, was started in July of this year. Then she went to an Instagram handle at Fifi. She found that only Bridget and Danielle was the account was only following Bridget and Danielle. And they've kind of been teasing the fact that they're releasing something special. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, the last thing we need in this world, again, is a pajama line and more hoodies and sweatpants. Enough.
Is that for sure what it's going to be?
I have no idea, but I just imagine it would be like some kind of merch line with hoodies and sweatpants, or they could go the other direction and have it be like Sophia Richie Grange and charge like $1,000
Elevated basics.
for a polyester coat.
Yeah, I feel like they'll try to make it like a legit like fashion brand would be my guess, which is funny. But like Fifi, what an unfortunate name.
We already have enough Fifis,
Yes, we have enough
i.e.
Fifis in this world.
SFK.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
So,
oh, I just love how people are so sleuthy on the internet. And the fact that Sam was able to put all the pieces together and make a TikTok about it, I was like, praise. Like, you're doing the Lord's work. Thank you so much. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it and we're speaking this out loud, Sophie, I think you're right. It's probably going to be along the lines of like a Sophia Richie Grange um, brand. I'm trying to think of other influencers who have created clothing
well, like
brands.
Elsa Hosk has Helsa. Like Chelsea Park, but
Park.
that is like a lot of like sweatshirts, obviously, but she also does like denim and jackets and jeans and whatever.
Yeah.
And like Dairy Boy, obviously, Paige Lorenz's.
Doesn't
Mm,
Mariana, no, Mariana Hewitt is Summer Fridays.
yeah.
There's another clothing line that's at the tip of my tongue. It's like Camilla.
Oh, Camilla Cabello. Not Camilla Cabello. Camilla,
Yes,
I can't remember.
it's like the Camilla whatever
It's
line.
on
I think
Revolve.
yes,
I bet it
yes.
will be like
Cohello,
yeah, 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 yeah. I feel like it will be exclusively on Revolve, would be my guess.
100%. Didn't Remy Bader do some kind of collaboration with Revolve and like
Yeah.
another brand?
Yeah, she did a Revolve collab and then like a Sam's Club collab. Don't ask me how I know any of this shit. But yeah, we don't need any more influencer brands, you guys. We don't need a Kelly Teller pajama line. We don't need an acquired twins
No.
unless it is just merch that says acquired twins. That would be funny.
That is kind of funny. Like that's kitschy. We're all in on the joke. You're not trying to be a Camilla Coelho brand. We have too many of those. Just stick. I just want to stick with like the basics. I got a pair of Levi jeans the other day. Damn, do they fit me well? I'm like, let's just go back to our tried and true.
I love my Levi jeans.
So good.
Speaking of Kate, you guys, I work in the fashion industry, as you guys know, and I wore to work the other day a pair of Levi's and Stod boots. And Stod boots are expensive, or they're not like Kate prices, but they're pricey. They're good investments. And I had multiple of my like fashion coworkers be like, "Oh my God, your jeans look like Kate." And they're just Levi's. And the Kate jeans that I'm talking about, if you know, are like the $500, $600 Danielle jeans. So yeah, you do not need these stupid overpriced brands when really, really, really good quality, affordable brands exist, i.e. Levi's.
Yeah,
And Stod. I love Stod.
I got these like baggy jeans, and I never know how that will look on me because I'm such a short and petite, like stout kind of person.
Oh, no, you're
But
not.
but it gives me the je ne sais quoi. I'm kind of leaning into that like Gen Z. You remember when we were saying everyone's wearing the same outfit, a t-shirt, the baggy jeans, and the
Sambas.
yes. I'm trying to like lean into that aesthetic because I'm just trying to be so hip and cool and fashionable. But we'll see how it looks on me. Speaking of going back to the sauna cap, I can't think about a sauna cap and red light therapy without thinking about lames. And as you know, him and Shannon, James Middleton and Shannon Ford of Very Cavallari, they used to be kind of my Roman Empire. I kind of stopped following up with them, but they just had a baby. They welcomed a baby girl named Daisy. And Lames has been really using Daisy for a lot of his content. Most recently, he posted this story with they don't show the baby's face, but it's a picture of the baby and her little bouncer, and she's facing Lames, who's pumping iron in his home gym with
Oh
an
my
American
God.
flag in the garage. And it says, if you're struggling with motivation, grab a baby, ideally yours. Okay, I can't do it with the accent. Ideally yours. Put them in front of you and you'll lift 150% more than usual. First of all, that's a huge hazard to bring a young infant child into a gym with all of these weights. Like,
Hmm.
get it away from all of your heavy freaking
Yeah.
weights. Second of all, grab a baby in parentheses, ideally yours. What do you mean, ideally yours? Like, are you trying to be funny? What does that even mean?
Grab someone else's baby.
Grab someone else's baby. And then why are you more incentivized to lift more than usual if your baby's in front of you? Like, I guess I'm missing the joke here. What does he mean? Sophie, are you able to decipher what he's talking
Because
about?
because you want to make your baby proud, you know? You're like, wow, like I am here to do my baby proud and to make her look at me like I am Superman, you know?
Yeah, and he posted something to the effect of, being a dad, I've always prioritized fitness, but now that I am a dad, I'm even more incentivized to focus on my health, to like be healthy for my baby. And it's like, yes, I understand what you're saying. You want to be able to run around, be around for your kids, but like, what does having to be jacked have anything to do with you being there for your daughter? Like, it's just so
Because
annoying.
because he wants to be a fit dad and he needs to work on his bounce back body. Duh.
I forgot when you're like, why is he talking more about his bounce back body than Shannon, who actually carried the child?
Right. Exactly.
I hate him. And he also posted, I could not do what I do on a daily basis. I could not be the man that I am today or be the husband that I am today without Shannon. It's like, yeah, because your primary source of income, I'm sure, is coming from her and her brand sponsorships because you ride her coattails all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, you get to just like post on Instagram and be at home all day. Like at your home gym. Bringing a baby to a gym is giving, speaking of Fifi, SFK and Fifi bringing their dog Poncho to the Aloe gym. You need to keep these small, helpless creatures away from giant gym equipment. I'm sorry if you are one of those people that is like, it's actually normal. Like, I bring my dog to the gym all the time, or I bring my baby to the gym. First of all, real legitimate gyms have like daycare centers. So if you
Yes.
if you don't have childcare, you can still make sure that your child is safe and away from the gym equipment. Bring your baby into the gym is just so weird to me.
It's really weird. And I'm so glad you brought up the Fifi and SFK and the Poncho Aloe Gym because Maria, my friend that you met in New York City, just happenstance at a bagel shop. She texts me all the time. She's like, I didn't know who SFK was until I started listening to Snarkbait. And now I'm not joking, Sophie. At least twice a week, she'll ping me about something about SFK. Fuck SFK. I can't stand her. And she's
She's
like, save
insufferable.
Poncho. She always is telling me about Poncho being at the Aloe Gym and how it
Save
seems like,
Poncho. Save
yes,
Poncho.
yes.
Honestly, getting people to hate SFK as much as I do, hate is a strong word. Um,
Like we like to troll her because it's funny and it's,
hate watch, honestly. Like
yeah.
hate watch. We all have someone that we like to hate watch. SFK is mine. My work here is done, you know?
No, you've really made an imprint on Maria
And
because she's obsessed with hating on her.
and you can say, "Oh, well, you're like her biggest fan then, and you're turning other people into her biggest fan." Okay. That's
Okay,
fine.
that's
She
also
gives
okay.
such great hate watch material. Like that's a compliment to her.
In fact, I want her to do more brand partnerships. Get your bad girl so I can continue hate watching. Like, it's actually a circle
If
because if you
that,
hate,
yep,
then it's more money. So in fact,
yep.
we're actually women supporting women.
Yes, and if that's her goal, she's doing something right. Like that could be her goal, honestly. Is like I want people to hate watch me. Great.
It's like rage
It's
bait for
working.
more impressions.
Yeah, it's totally working. Good
And
for
you know
her,
what?
honestly.
That is a woman in business who understands how to get her back, and we have no choice
Yeah.
but to stand back.
Business that she's passionate about, being the most fucking obnoxious person alive. Insufferable. Okay, speaking of British people, I want to talk about Lily Allen and David Harbour's breakup.
Please.
Have you been like keeping up with this?
Like tangentially, I see the rhetoric. I
Yeah.
saw a lot of people wanted us to talk about it, so I'm glad you put it on our docket today. Walk me through the tea.
Yes. So, side note, if you haven't watched their Architectural Digest tour, their Brooklyn townhouse is absolutely stunning. They're also, you could tell in the video that there was like some tension between them. Like there was one moment where David Harbour says, the most important thing is to make, all three of the women in my life happy. And she kind of like laughs awkwardly. And there are like plenty of moments where she says something and you can tell that he's like mad. He's like either annoyed with her or mad that he didn't come up with the joke first. Like he just like you could tell he does not like her and like did not
Yeah.
respect her in this video. And it's actually really sad. So
When was it
they
filmed? Sorry, was it recent? This
it
AD?
was 2 years ago, I
Got
believe.
it. Okay.
Um, let me see exactly when they got married. They recently, okay, so they were married for 5 years actually. Got married in September 2020 and have recently separated as of just a few months ago. So Lily just released a new album called West End Girl, where she details that, and it's like very, very, very explicit. She's not like using symbolism, she's not using metaphors. She is basically explaining that David Harbour was a serial cheater and a really bad guy. And there is one moment on the album where she basically explains that they had we talk about having open relationships in Hollywood, and the number one rule is don't embarrass me.
Yes.
And I think it's the song Dallas Major is what it is. And basically, she explains how and the album is really good, by the way. I've only listened to it once through, but first impression, really good. It's getting really good reviews so far. Basically, that he proposed having an open marriage. She didn't want it, but he was like, I'm a guy, I got needs, baby. And he ended up, just completely abusing her trust in this open relationship. She
Mm,
said, be discreet, don't be blatant. There had to be payment, it had to be with strangers. So basically saying it has to be with like a sex worker or someone that you're paying. Like, I don't want you to hook up with just any, woman that you could end up gaining feelings for or
right.
someone that you know. And it accuses him in the song Pussy Palace of having a sex addiction. Also says that there's someone named Madeline that she calls out by name for having not just sex, but emotion, quote unquote, with David Harbour. And Natalie Tippett actually was identified as at least one other alleged other woman, confirming that she has, of course, heard the new music in an interview with the Daily Mail over the weekend. She did say, though, that I have a family and things to protect. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter, and I understand this is going on. It's a little bit scary for me. So she's been called out as being one of the other women. And then one of David Harbour's ex-girlfriends, who I forget her last name. She also called out David Harbour and said, I went through the same shit. He's a serial cheater.
Jesus.
Allison Sudol is her name. And she basically showed support for the album and implied that, she went through the same shit with him. And yeah, he sounds like a fucking garbage human. And not to say that Lily Allen is like a great person. As I was, searching TikTok for more information, as one does, that is our search engine. That is our source of truth is TikTok.
Yeah.
Uh, this viral clip of Zoe Kravitz on Watch What Happens Live a couple years ago. Do you remember this? She accused Lily Allen of assaulting her.
What?
So she mentioned on Watch What Happens Live that Lily Allen wrote about in her book that they had shared a kiss. And Zoe Kravitz said, if by shared a kiss you mean she attacked me, it was not
What?
wanted, it was against my will, then sure, we shared a kiss. Or that was not verbatim, that's kind of paraphrasing what she said, but she accused Lily Allen of assaulting her. Lily Allen also admitted in her book to cheating on her ex-husband too. So it's not like either of them are saints, and I'm not saying that you have to be like a perfect victim or whatever, but David Harbour seems like the bad guy here, at least. He
Every
yeah, and also the Dr. Luke. She dressed as Dr. Luke for Halloween a couple of years ago.
what?
Actually, like a while ago. And it was after the Kesha accusations, of course. And so people were like, "Oh my God, that is so insensitive." And she
Right.
said that she actually was trying to make a statement in support of Kesha.
That's some
Um,
ass backwards logic, but okay.
yeah, yeah. So look, Lily Allen is not a saint. It was 2014, so it was like over a decade ago, but this was when the accusations against him were, rampant, even back then.
Yeah.
Uh, so Lily Allen, not perfect, but David Harbour, there was something seriously wrong with him.
I wonder if it's the chicken or the egg. Like when you have men are already kind of egotistical to begin with. I don't want to make sweeping generalizations, but you guys know what I mean. And their testosterone, they just desire, I think objectively may desire sex more often than women. But what I will say is, do you think men are born like this, like sex addicts and just
No.
desiring a desire to cheat on girlfriends? Or do you think because they've gained all this wealth and power, they realize once you get a taste of fame and people just throwing themselves at you, you're like, I can't stop. Like at this point, now I know what it tastes like to have every woman throwing themselves at me.
Yeah.
I cannot prevent this from happening anymore. Like this is now going to be a thing. Like I feel like it has to be more so, or is it people getting into the industry that are already like this to begin with?
Well, he got famous like later in life. So it could be one of those things where he got a taste of fame and he like changed. I don't really know like what he was like before he got famous from Stranger Things. He was acting, but Stranger Things shot him into a new dimension. It really catapulted his career. So it could be a situation of, damn, I'm super famous now. I'm on the biggest show on the planet. Everyone wants me, everyone loves me. So I am just going to lean into that. Speaking of Stranger Things, did you see that Millie Bobby Brown also? It came out that she allegedly accused David Harbour of bullying and harassment on set of Stranger Things.
What?
So apparently, she filed a lengthy complaint about David Harbour before the series started filming its fifth and final season. Which, by the way, can we talk about how Stranger Things, the most recent season was over 3 years ago? And it's like we've moved on. I forgot what happened. I don't care anymore. I've moved on with my life. I'm a completely different person now.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, for the new season, every single episode cost $50 million to make.
Per episode?
Yes. So, anyway, back to the accusations. She apparently filed a harassment and bullying claim before they started shooting, and there were pages and pages of accusations. There was an entire investigation. Meanwhile, David Harbour, of course, is 50. Millie Bobby Brown is 21. So he faced an internal investigation over the claims, though the outcome of the inquiry is unknown. Uh, and it's not any sexual impropriety. It seems like it was related to bullying or being mean to her.
Hmm.
So I don't know. There really aren't any details. But it's so interesting because he's said in so many interviews in the past, he's like, you know what? I play her dad on the show, but I feel protective of her in real life too.
What?
I know, like a real piece of work, this David fucking Harbour.
He is, I hope that the sad thing is, despite all these claims from Millie Bobby Brown, from Lily Allen, this man will do just fine. People are gonna like hate him for like a couple months, maybe even a year, and then we're all gonna forget about it, and he's gonna be on more of our screens.
Oh my God.
I hope not, but this sucks.
Honestly, like, I don't think that somebody should be canceled for cheating. Like, I don't think he should like lose work for cheating or for being, a bad husband, because that's not illegal, But the
True.
bullying of Millie Bobby Brown thing, like that, like whatever the details are there, which of course, like we said, like no details have really been released yet, or they might never be released, honestly. But like for that to have happened, that he allegedly bullied someone 30 years younger than him.
Yeah, she's a child. Like she's literally 20 now and she was like really, really young when Stranger
Yeah.
Things started filming. That's
Yeah.
bizarre. Why are you I'm not throwing hands, but like being aggressive towards a kid?
Yeah. And again, like
Like
whatever the details are for that, for it to come to a point of her filing
documenting and like
documenting it, like
yes.
that means that it was probably really bad.
And I would be terrified if I were her, like a young woman, and like being like, "Oh, this man is kind of freaking me out. He's being mean." Like that takes a lot of guts, you know? She wouldn't have
Yeah.
documented it and reported it if it were not real, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That sucks.
Totally.
Um, okay, there's a couple things. What should we talk about, Sophie? Frankie Muniz,
I want to talk about, can I talk about Bronwyn really fast from Salt Lake
please.
City?
Yes.
Because I feel like this is something that I am really interested in. And I think that like a lot of you might be wondering about this, the fraud accusations. So I know that you don't watch Real Houses of Salt Lake City. So good. Firing on all cylinders this season. Like
I
it
heard
is
it's one of the
just,
best reality shows, like maybe of all time. Like this
it
season
literally is.
particularly is like one of the best works of art of all time.
You
Genuinely, I've
probably
heard
heard
that.
that from me. You're like, I heard, and I'm like, you probably heard that from literally
No,
me.
well, you
But
know
yeah,
what? You know who validated your opinion though, and I hate to even say his name on this podcast.
Nick
Jake
Vile.
Shane.
Oh, Jake. God damn it. I love how I was
God
like Nick
damn
Vile
it.
before you even ended your sentence, but also Jake Shane. Ugh, God.
Ugh, same
S-
bucket.
I know. So basically, it was exposed while this past season of Salt Lake City was filming that Bronwyn Newport, she is now in her sophomore season on The Real House of Salt Lake City, had faced charges of grand theft slash identity fraud a few years ago. And even though it was a few years ago, it got brought up on the show this season. And so people were like, who is trying to bubble this back up? And by people, I mean, obviously, Bronwyn and the Housewives. They're like, who's trying to bubble this back up like years later? Like they're clearly trying to like start shit. But it's like, who cares, Like it's weird if they're accusing Lisa Barlow of leaking it. And it's weird if Lisa Barlow leaked it. But why are we focusing more on who leaked it rather than like what these accusations really were about? Because something is not adding up here. And, she obviously denied it and was like, it's a complete exaggeration and fabrication and blah, 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 while not even explaining like how the charges came to be in the first place. And it's basically giving Lucy Apple Juicy all over again,
Oh
focusing
God.
more on the leak than the crime itself.
Right.
And yeah, she had said something along the lines of like, I can't legally talk about it. Like, it's not adding up. And take this with a grain of salt because this is from Reddit. But a Reddit user called Born Free 2018 posted on the Watch What Crappens, shout out Ben and Ronnie, our favorites,
Love.
on their subreddit, and basically said that this is what the tea is. And again, this is all alleged. It came from Reddit. Take it with a grain of salt, but it kind of makes sense. And I'm like kind of that person that's like, well, like, why would someone make this up? Like it sounds
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
realistic. So like, I'm going to believe it. Like it's fact. Okay. So they said that they saw someone. It came from another comment that this person is repeating. That comment ended up getting deleted. And they said the commenter stated that they worked at the same financial firm as Bronwyn, and they deleted their name and deleted their comment. But apparently the comment said, Bronwyn did not work in equity sales or IPO fundraising, which is what she'd previously said. She was actually an admin assistant to equity sales and traders.
Oh my God.
And apparently, again, this person worked at the same firm as her, so they know for a fact. I know what happened with her legal issues. People don't like it when I comment without receipts, but I know. And fraudulent charges, upwards of $100,000 that she embezzled from her company, I guess, allegedly. Todd, her husband, got involved. She was fired, and then we never heard about it again. Those charges stem from when she was let go in early 2018. So apparently in early 2018, she was fired for this theft. She was allegedly making fraudulent purchases on corporate cards, buying flights for quote unquote internals, but was really booking for her family and changing the name on invoices that she submitted for expenses. Also heard that allegedly a designer purse was also purchased, which is just stupid, upwards of $100,000, if not more, of fraudulent purchases. The expense team had to go back years. Allegedly, Todd got involved, and then that was the last we heard of it, but looks like charges were filed. Uh, and this person goes, I actually think Bronwyn is a great addition to the show, but she definitely has an issue with the truth, which I completely agree with. If you remember the drama where she basically lied about buying, how much was the necklace? Like $4 million. It was like a $4 million necklace that she pretended she bought. And then it came out at the reunion that the ladies, Lisa Barlow in particular, had talked to the sales associate and Bronwyn was just pretending to buy it. She never actually bought it. So that is the alleged tea. Again, take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, Bronwyn's a great housewife. I just think, like this person said, she has an issue with the truth.
Yeah, Shannon has an interesting relationship with the truth. I know you don't watch RHOC, but
Well, I
that's
used to.
oh yeah, that's what John Jansen said about Shannon after he got linked up with Alexis Bellino. But we had a Patreon AMA that will air, I think, this week, tomorrow. But someone asked Sophie, like, who is going to be the next one who's like in trouble with the law. And I feel like this has just become a pattern for every single damn franchise. It's like no matter what, there's going to be someone that is touting more wealth, pretends that they have so much more than they
Yeah.
actually have, that's actually renting their home rather than actually having like being a homeowner. Like it's just all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, I said Lisa Barlow is my answer to that question, but also it could be Bronwyn. I think that Bronwyn obviously has like legitimate money because of her husband Todd, which makes it weird that she would steal from her company if this is allegedly true. But I think that like when I don't want to call her like a kleptomaniac, but someone who likes to steal, they're not stealing just because they need the money. They're stealing for like the thrill of it.
Yes.
So I don't know. Lisa Barlow is another one though. Like we said, that I feel like it could be any day now that like something comes out about her doing something shady because I have no idea where her money comes from.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Housewives, I want to quickly just touch on Orange County. The season finale aired last week, and essentially, if you guys are unfamiliar with the show, Gretchen Rossi, who has been a veteran of RHOC, she has come back onto the show. She's been out for like almost a decade. The season finale ended with Gina calling Gretchen out for transphobic and homophobic Instagram posts that she was caught liking. And of course, Heather, being a mother of three children that are part of the LGBTQ community, was highly offended, reasonably so. The entire cast was basically going against Gretchen, and they said, don't even ride in the same Sprinter van. You need to go get your own car back to the hotel. We don't even want to be around you. Gretchen was sobbing, saying, I don't know who did this to me. These receipts were doctored. I would never like anything like this. And if I did, I didn't realize what it was saying. I think uh, net, I think Gretchen definitely did like that kind of shit. And
Hmm.
and to be honest, like, yeah, the season finale was juicy, but I think, and it was nice to see the ladies stand up, obviously, for those that it's really good because Heather Dubrow, she works with the Trevor Project, and it's a community of people that uplift people that are part of this LGBTQ community. And she said, listen, like I think the statistic is every 28 seconds, a youth part of this community will try and take their life. And she said, this is a project very near and dear to my heart. And the fact that you're coming at people that are struggling is deeply personal to me. And Shannon was upset, crying, saying, so many of my loved ones are part of this community. And it breaks my heart that Gretchen could be so hateful. I love that these women are standing up for what's right. What I will say is at the beginning of the season, the first half of this season, it was so blatantly obvious that all of these women were being so microaggressive towards Katie, the first Asian woman on RHOC. Gina made a comment to Katie, I think last season, that was brought to light this season, where Katie Janella said, I really want to uplift Asian designers while I'm like getting glammed for the show. And I guess Gina asked her one day of filming, oh, Katie, are all these designers that you're wearing actually Asian? And Katie felt like that was kind of a microaggressive comment. She's like, listen, I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood. These comments were made to me my entire life. Gina may not understand that that was in and of itself a microaggression, but I took it as such. And then Gina weaponized this against Katie in subsequent episodes, saying, how dare you call me a racist for making that comment? And Katie's like, I'm not saying you're racist, but that comment in and of itself felt like a microaggression.
Hmm.
And then Emily on this lie detector episode in the first half of the season literally they all bullied Katie so much, said that you're lying, you're leaking things to bloggers and TikTokers. They literally they scared Katie away so much she was no longer on the second half of the season. She never collected a paycheck for the
God.
second half of the season, and it literally angers me so much that they all the ladies on RHOC can exhibit such anger towards Gretchen, reasonably so. Like Gretchen should be 100% getting that
Hmm.
energy, but when it's these microaggressive comments to the first Asian person on the show, you can just like let it slide, and everyone says pitch like knives and pitchforks towards Katie, but we're not gonna ever call out the fact that no one was helping her the entire season. I don't know.
So it
RHOC
seems
is
hypocritical.
it's so hypocritical, and I feel like that's such a I don't want people to think when they watch Orange County that that's how Orange County is. Like Orange County really is such a melting pot of such diverse people, and of course the
Hmm.
show only showcases white women. And Orange County is filled with every race under the sun. And there's many Asian people that live in Orange County, but of course Katie is like the only Asian
Yeah.
person on that show. Not just Asian people, there's Latinos, Persians, everything.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I
she
just
gets treated like shit.
Yes. And she literally got treated like such shit so much so that they kicked her off the show where she could not collect half of her wages. It's
My
fucked
God.
up. And I think that Gina and Emily need to be recasted immediately. They need to be fired from the show. They don't bring the level of wealth that we need from the show. They're not fabulous.
They've ruined the OC. Like they've ruined that franchise for me.
100%. And I think they just bring a level of tacky to the show that I do not want to see. They do not represent Orange County like wealth or
Hmm.
Affluence. Get them off my show. I hate them. Okay?
Get
I
her off
just
my
can't.
show.
Yeah.
And bring Vicky back. But no, just kidding. I
Ugh.
mean, kinda. So I have a question. So the
Yeah.
Gretchen stuff, I feel like was kind of like an elephant in the room. Like everyone already knew that she was like that, right?
100. Yes. And she's
Yeah.
very, very faith-based. So she takes the Bible as gospel. So I think
God.
that was the whole thing as well because Jen Padranti, who's a newer housewife, she asked on the season finale, are these views like more biblical? And Heather Dubrow went off and she's like, biblical? Like Jesus does not want hate, but it's funny because they showcase like very, very faith-based Christian women on Real Housewives of Orange County, when in fact, again, it's a small, small population
Right.
of
Right.
OC.
So I actually saw a TikTok of Gibson John's friend of the pod, Gabbing with Gib podcast, and he was talking about how basically it looked like Tamra tried to save this outing, or what's the word?
Yes.
Tried to save this for the finale. So they would have
Yes.
like this big moment in the finale of
Yes.
them accusing Gretchen of being a transphobe and homophobe,
Yep.
which she is. The
Yes.
accusations are like they've been out there. But it
100%.
seems like it was kind of manipulated in a way where, we're gonna save this. Like it was like Tamara was doing producing.
1,000,000%. There was a scene, they were in Amsterdam on a cast trip. Gina and Tamra were on a bridge, or yeah, Gina. And Gina brought it up and she's like, I can't get over those transphobic likes that Gretchen, that you told
Hmm.
me about from Gretchen. And Tamra literally instructs Gina on camera, don't bring it up tonight, wait until tomorrow. Because I think they all knew at this point in the show, Gretchen and Tamra had formed a little bit, not an alliance, but they were okay for a small
Yeah.
period of time on the cast trip. So I think the entire cast realized, well, Gretchen and Tamra beef is out the door. They just resolve shit,
Yeah.
on this cast trip. So what else can we get to make this season like shine? And I think they
God.
realized they were kind of grasping at straws, and it felt very produced and I don't know, just tacky. The entire show needs a full facelift. They need a full different, maybe not a fully different cast, but they need to get Gina and Emily off. And I
Yeah.
loved having Katie on the season because I thought she was fabulous. I think she's very pretty. I like her family. Her husband seems cool and normal. I want to see more of Katie and less of them.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Uh, Ugh.
Speaking of dark energy, should we get into our DEOs?
Yeah, I guess we don't have time for Frankie Muniz. So if you're wondering, because Christy brought him up, she was like Frankie Muniz, and I was like, oh. So in case you were wondering,
Guess we don't have time.
I guess we don't have time for Frankie Muniz.
Okay, I'll speak to it. So Frankie Muniz was on a podcast. I apologize, I don't know what podcast. It just came up on my FYP, and he called out Hilary Duff's mother, Susan Duff, for her intensity and her being such a momager. Like before there was Kris Jenner, he's basically saying there was Susan Duff. He says since he and Hilary filmed Agent Cody Banks, which shout out to Agent Cody Banks, I loved that movie. Did you?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I watched it, but yeah.
I haven't watched The Dark Knight, but you bet your ass I've seen Agent Cody Banks, and that is a work of art. Okay. Me and
Oh
my sister were
God.
obsessed. So he said that he was on the set of Lizzie McGuire and Susan Duff was peppering him with a bunch of questions backstage, saying, "So what projects are you into this summer? What do you got going on?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm actually going to be starring in this kind of James Bond, like teen flick that's going to be filming in Vancouver over, the next couple of months." And Susan Duff goes, "Oh, well, are there any like female leads like adjacent to you?" And he goes, "Yeah, but we haven't casted it yet, whatever." And Frankie Muniz said on his contract for Agent Cody Banks, there was specific writing that said Frankie Muniz is the one who's going to help facilitate whoever his female counterpart is. Like he gets a say. And Frankie Muniz at the time had Kristen Crueck in mind. If you remember her, she's that half Asian woman
Yes.
from
Oh, and I
Smallville.
loved
So
her.
pretty, so
Yeah.
cool. She's Canadian, I think, and he was really interested in having Kristen star alongside him. So he said the next day he's on set, right? Literally less than 24 hours after he had this conversation with Susan Duff, just talking about his next project.
Mhm.
Susan Duff approaches Frankie and goes, "Listen, Hillary's going to be in Vancouver with you for that project." And Frankie goes, "Wait, what?" She goes, "Yeah, I talked to the heads and we signed the contract last night." And Frankie was like, "I had never seen such a show mom, momager as much as I saw Susan Duff work her magic that day and get Hilary like to star alongside me on Agent Cody Banks when that was not my first choice." And he's like, "Listen, I loved Hilary. She was lovely. She was always super sweet to me. We had a great relationship. After Agent Cody Banks wrapped, I never talked to her again because I think he was very intimidated by Susan Duff." And if you guys know Hilary Duff's lore, I did an episode on Hilary, like I think during X Knows All, but Lelaine, who was Miranda on the Lizzie McGuire show, allegedly Hilary and Lelaine had some tension on set, which is normal. They were like 12 and 13, right? You just have a little
Mhm.
bit of beef. Susan Duff allegedly got Lelaine kicked off the show, which is why Miranda's character was not a part of the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Oh wow.
So I just
I
thought it
had
was
no
really
idea of any of that.
Yeah. So, because you remember, I don't like, I was a huge fan of Lizzie McGuire, and I remember like Lelaine just kind of went poof. Like, no one really knew what happened to her, but it was because there was some drama behind the scenes, and Susan Duff was so instrumental in like Hillary's career
Yeah.
that she pushed her out. And another part of that is Lizzie McGuire was supposed to have like a third season of Lizzie and her friends in high school. Susan Duff like demanded far more money than Disney was willing to cough up. And so that's the reason why Lizzie McGuire didn't extend past season two, was because Susan Duff was not in agreement with Disney on how much Hillary was supposed to get paid. So they stopped all negotiations. I
Oh
mean, like I'm
God.
not saying, I mean, Susan Duff was probably in the right. Like if Hillary was the hugest star during that time, she probably did deserve more money. But it's interesting to see how orchestrative Susan was during the peak of Hillary's career.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for the lesson. I didn't
Yeah.
realize there was so much lore there.
Yeah. So the more you know.
The more you know.
What is your DEO?
So my DEO this week is the fact that we're like expected to be like curators now on Instagram. Like with 20 Instagram photos in an album, instead of just like posting one photo we like. And I know that no one's forcing you to post like multiple photos in an album, but I feel like that's just what you have to do now. Like you can't just take one photo and be like, I really like this photo. I'm just going to post this photo. Like it has to be like a whole thing where you like curate and edit. And it makes me like not want to post on Instagram because I get too overwhelmed. I've definitely talked about this before, but it's like, why do we have to be like curators now? Why can't
It
we just post one single photo that we like at a time?
it's a lot of pressure. And I was going through my Instagram, my personal Instagram, and going back to like the beginning of when I started posting. And the shit I would post, it was so low lift. It
Yeah.
was so of that time and it was so pure. And we
Yeah.
weren't trying to get the best shot. It was more just about sharing whatever you were doing. It was simpler back in like, I
Yeah.
think Instagram started 2012 or something.
It was. It was a
Um,
simpler time.
it was. I have, okay, do you want to go over your second one? Because it's pretty funny.
Oh, so okay, we were talking about some of the Halloween costumes that we noticed. And Julia Fox dressed up as Jackie Kennedy after JFK got assassinated. So she's wearing like the pink pillbox hat and the little pink suit, but covered in blood. And obviously, people found this insensitive. Her caption tries to like justify it, but let me look at the caption. It sounded very ChatGPT. What did you think of this?
I didn't see her caption. I just saw the
Okay,
outfit,
I'll
admittedly.
read the caption. I'm dressed as Jackie Kennedy in the pink suit, not as a costume, but as a statement. When her husband was assassinated, she refused to change out of her blood-stained clothes, saying, I want them to see what they've done. The image of the delicate pink suit splattered with blood is one of the most haunting juxtapositions in modern history. Beauty and horror, poise and devastation. Her decision not to change clothes, even after being encouraged to, was an act of extraordinary bravery. It was performance, protest, and mourning all at once. A woman weaponizing image and grace to expose brutality. It's about trauma, power, and how femininity itself is a form of resistance. Long live Jackie O. It's like ChatGPT ass caption.
Yes, that was definitely generated by OpenAI. It's just tacky. I think, especially like in this political climate, it's just now is not the time, Julia Fox. Like, I get what you're trying. I don't get what you're trying to do. I take that back. I think it's weird and
I, I
distasteful.
I think she came up with the explanation after she started to get backlash for it.
Yeah, she's like, how can I turn this to be more empowering of women?
Yeah. And as literally gave ChatGPT that prompt. Um, yeah, I don't think that's in good taste. I mean, I don't know. It's like you're weaponizing, not weaponizing. You are dressing up literally as a woman's trauma, I guess.
One of the most painful moments of her life and making it into like art or like
Yeah.
your
Or
cool Halloween costume that you want likes on Instagram for.
right. It's just kind of like why? Like why? But then again, I guess the argument in favor of it would be people dress up as really morbid, scary things all the time for Halloween. Like where do we draw the line, you
True,
know?
true.
So I don't know, but I just thought it was tacky, I guess. Also, we put a question box in our Instagram. We got a lot of people actually saying that Paige DeSorbo dressing up as her cat is getting weird. It's getting weird.
Uh, yeah, it's the like the white fur and the blue eye. It's like yeah.
Well, it's like, how much are you going to make this cat your personality at this point?
Yeah, it's kind of I feel the gigglers are gonna say it's iconic.
Oh my
And for us, I'm
God.
like being a cat is so that's like the most tired Halloween trope of them all.
But it's not even that. It's the fact that like she doesn't have to be like, creative or anything. It's not that it's boring. It's just kind of like, why is Daphne your literal entire personality? And I get like having a pet that is your personality, like that's me. I feel like she leans into Daphne more for like the brand aspect of it. It's like Daphne is my brand. Having this gorgeous white cat is my brand. Being in bed is my brand. And I'm just gonna lean into that. And that is my entire thing. That's my personality. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like weird. Like that you
Yeah,
are just using your cat for branding and I
good
don't
point,
know.
actually. Like using your cat for brand. It's like the pajamas, the Halloween costume. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of just like it's getting weird. Like we get it that your cat is your personality. It's just it's weird.
Yeah. It's really tired and I'm
It's
just
like it feels
over
like
it.
she got a cat literally for this reason to make as part of her personality and part of her brand.
Yeah, it's like SFK when she brings her dog everywhere for
Yeah,
the photos. It's like you actually don't appear to take great care of this dog because you're bringing him to all these countries when it's not out of its routine. Dogs don't need that. They don't want that.
exactly. Yeah, don't come for us gigglers. We're just saying it's getting weird. It's getting
Yeah.
weird. We also did, like we said, a Q&A for Patreon this week, and we talked, it's mostly like hot takes about pop culture and influencers and our feelings on certain people. And I definitely went on a little, not just Paige, Hannah rant also.
Oh
That
yeah.
might offend some of you gigglers, so I apologize in advance. Actually, no, I don't.
'Cause
I
it's your
don't.
opinion.
It's my opinion. So.
Yeah, be you. And we did our like people someone asked like our top least favorite people and some of them may surprise you, some of them I mean it's painfully obvious, i.e.
Yeah.
Chase Stokes.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, my DEOs, fitness influencers. I'm sorry. Like when I go onto someone's Instagram and they're like yelling and on like a Barry's boot camp treadmill or like pump and iron, relax, take a breath. Like
Yeah.
let's just chill out for a second. Like goddamn. I don't know. It's annoying. And
Yeah.
I think I get more of an ick when it's men fitness influencers because I
Yeah.
see them just like flexing their abs and their pecs and it's too much. It gives me not anxiety, but it's more so just like God, I identify with none of this content. Like please, out of my way.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's too
It's too
much.
much.
Um, Second, Lucas Gage. I've always kind of, he's not on the same level as Chase Stokes. He just bothers me. I don't know why. Um, I saw him once at the Tower Bar in West Hollywood a couple years ago. He was with a very, very attractive man. I think they might have been dating. This was after his marriage to the Kardashian hairdresser, Chris Appleton. He just kind of gives me a little bit of dark vibes, but he came out with a book recently. Did you see that, Soph?
Yes, yes.
Are you interested in reading it?
Not really.
Yeah, my friend went to high school with him and she's like, I don't know, he was just kind of part of the stoner crew. He got a nose job like in high school. Like, I just know exactly who this man is. You know what I mean? I went to
Yeah.
high school with this guy basically. My third DEO is, and something's gonna happen after we're done recording, but Sophie and I, at my request, have been trying out video. When I tell you, we have we have tried this not once, not twice,
Yeah.
but three times and it failed. Okay. And two of the first times it was my fault. The third time Sophie's angle was messed up. We have so much respect for influencers that do content curation full time. It is so hard.
Yeah, we're talking about like fancy, like we always do video. We have like a YouTube channel, obviously TikTok. You can see our reels if you follow us on Instagram, but we're trying to use like these fancy new cameras. And there is like so much that goes into
So much.
video. And it's been really, really, really stressful and annoying and painful. And especially like even today, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be on like this high fucking def. It's so
It's
high
like
def.
so high def. It's like DSLR.
You can see every single pore.
Yes.
And of course I woke up with like a swollen eye. So I'm wearing sunglasses. Like I said, we'll see how it
It's
goes. I don't know. It really sucks. Like it
really
sucks.
hard.
It
It
sucks and
sucks.
it's also like I don't like my face is not my moneymaker, okay? My voice is like a podcast is for our voices, but in
No,
the
I
age
know.
of social media and, I feel like we kind of have to like lean into it, but I know that
Yeah.
it's like important to be, which is
Yeah.
fucking annoying,
It's so
okay?
annoying. Like the way that the world is moving, it's too fast for Sophie and I.
Yeah.
Like, you think I wanna fucking spend my days looking at YouTube videos? So Sophie and I will have, I'm like, all right, we're gonna do 30 minutes, you and I. And she's like, can we wait till Henry's home? Because I don't want to do this by myself.
I know. I like literally need Henry's help
She needs a
to
chaperone.
set up. I do need a chaperone. I need my
Yeah.
in-house IT.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different like parts. And also Christy knows that I'm so severely ADHD that like if she gives me a list of stuff to buy, it'll take me so long to finally buy it. So she ordered everything and shipped it to my house,
Yep.
which was so helpful. But yeah, it's just there's a lot
I
with the video
memorized your
stuff.
address, literally. I already know your address. I can say it like the back of my hand. I know it better
Good.
than any other person's address because of things that I ship. So just mind just buying it for me. I'm like, not a problem. It's already delivered.
Literally,
It's
literally not a
in your
problem.
package room.
And then she'll be like, "Did you get the new mic?" Because I also need a new mic because my mic is defective. And she goes, "Did you get the new mic?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "It says it delivered." And I'm like, "Well, I have a fucking package room that's open like 2 hours a day. It's so stupid." Okay.
Every time we get stuff from sponsors, I'll like send a picture to our group chat. So it's like, damn it, still haven't gotten it.
Yeah. And it like takes forever to process in the package room. And
Yeah.
then they're like never open.
No, it's a whole
Uh,
thing, guys. Like being an influencer, like we have so much, not that we're influencers, but being podcasters, we appreciate what influencers do because it is fucking hard.
it is. Like, I can't with all of this technology. I
No.
seriously can't. I can't.
It's so much. Okay, my light energy objects too. Since I'm walking Hank while my mom is abroad taking care of my niece, I've been listening to audiobooks on Spotify
Hmm.
Premium while I walk the dog. And I've been listening to The Woman in Cabin 10 because Keira Knightley just starred in that Netflix film.
Oh, I watched that.
Oh, was it good?
I did you not watch it?
I haven't watched it yet.
It was okay.
A little bit of a junior movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here's to hoping the book is a little better. So listening to audiobooks while walking, and two,
Mhm.
like Labo candles, I get they're an investment. I understand that. When I tell you that nothing brings me more joy than when I like light my like Santal 26 candle at night. And I went to Le Labo yesterday. I got a second candle and it starts with a C. I'm blanking on the name, but it's like this woody, musky scent. And I'm very excited to light it up.
Cute. Cute.
Yeah. So that's
Love
mine.
that. Uh Love that. We actually went to, like I said, that this fall festival, and I got like a bunch of fall candles, which is like my favorite. Like I
Wow.
love like a pumpkin or an apple or whatever it is, gingerbread. Um, oh my God, you guys. And I've talked about this before, like this freaking fall festival was so fun.
It was so cute. I
Cider,
loved your photos.
cider donuts, hay rides. We got this like cider smash, and it was apple cider with like ice cream in it. It was like a root beer float, but with apple
Oh
cider.
my God, say less.
And it was so fucking good. Like it was just so we did apple picking. Like I just like when you try to argue that any season is better than fall, what other season has like a festival?
Honestly, I'm so envious because my really good friend Emily, whose bachelorette party I was at in Vegas, she lives in Boston and she was doing all those same activities. We like don't. I mean, we do have it here, but like when
Yeah.
you sent me a picture of your nephew who lives in Illinois, I'm like, wow, look at those colors.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like,
tree
I
in the
don't
background. When I
no,
sent a picture of my nephew being so fucking cute, and there was just like a red tree in the background because
yeah.
it's fall, and she goes, "Wow, the colors! Oh my God."
We don't have that. Like it's literally summer right now. I think I might go to the pool later. Like I get like California has great weather,
Yeah,
but we don't what you're talking about, I don't
seasons.
understand. Like
Ugh, that's
it
the one thing.
sucks.
That's the one thing I love seasons. Like I'm jealous of like Florida weather and Southern California weather very often, but like I also love having seasons. And I'll change my tune in the winter for sure.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
You would
it's good
not
when it's
survive. You would not survive like New York winter.
oh, I could barely survive San Francisco. Which to be fair, it is really cold there.
50,
It does get really cold.
it's like 50 degrees like all
Yeah,
the
but
time, I feel like.
I couldn't handle like I really
I
it's
know.
my body is not built for that. My
I know.
California native body. Okay, well this was fun. We went through a lot of topics. I felt like we got through the majority of
Wait,
our
I didn't get to say
time.
my light energy
Oh, of
object.
course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry,
Other than the
sorry.
fall festival, nobody wants this season two. Uh
Okay, so everyone
people
says that show is so good. How
yeah.
does season two compare to season one?
It doesn't. It's not as good as season one, but it's
That's what I
still
heard.
fun to watch. Like it's still fun and funny. And I know there are, some complaints about the representation of Judaism and that sort of thing. But there are so few like Jewish shows out there that I like can't really complain, you know? And I just
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun and funny and like silly. And yeah, like second season felt a little bit more slapstick comedy and less realistic as the first season, but I still really enjoyed it. So highly recommend. Don't let the bad reviews of the second season deter you because I had fun.
Oh, speaking of shows, I just started the Murdoch Family
Oh,
Murders
good. It's
on
so
Hulu.
good. It's so
Yes,
good.
I am like halfway through episode two. So I'm probably gonna finish that to try to get as caught up as I can. But oh, honorable mention to the Kardashians on Hulu. I have not watched this show in seasons. Like it's been years since I've watched the Kardashians on Hulu. The season premiere was fucking good.
Ugh.
Like I hate that I'm saying this, but it's pretty good, and it's kind of funny.
Well, I'm not watching. Sorry. I refuse.
No, I know, I understand. That's on principle. You know.
Yeah, it's on principle. Okay, I think that wraps it up, everyone. Thank you so much for listening and for being here. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at SnarkBaitPod. I am at Soph_Ross. Christy is at Christy Noel __. We also, like we said, have a really fun Q&A Patreon going up tomorrow where we rant a lot about
It's a
influencers and
lot of
different
rants.
celebrities. And that is patreon.com/snarkratepod. Thank you to our amazing team, Jordan, Rachel, Olivia, Kartik. And yeah, don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and review if you enjoyed yourself today. Is that it?
That's it. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday or Thursday. Bye.
Bye.